By a show of fingers, who is less anxious? I stress less anxious about the state of the economy today as compared to when Trump took office 19 months ago. Who's less anxious today about the economy?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that one more time, please?
Sure. By a show of fingers, who is less anxious about the state of the economy today as compared to when President Trump took office 19 months ago? You're less anxious now than you were 19 months ago.
Less anxious.
None of you are less anxious. Okay. By a show of fingers, who is more anxious about the state of the economy today as compared to when Trump took office? I've got 6 of you. In a word or a phrase, tell me what's causing that anxiety. Steve, what's causing that anxiety?
Nah, I want to go. I'm less anxious. My bad. I was trying to understand how I was using the word anxious, but I'm less anxious.
So you're happier about the way the economy is now than when Trump took office?
In most ways, yes, but most way and like it's kind of like 50-50. Only thing I don't like about it is just the higher, everything is more expensive now. Everything is inflated. A lot of people who are in the lower economy are struggling more than they have before. And I don't think that's a good thing. But
Okay, so that sounds like you're more anxious.
all right, yes, I'm more anxious. Yes.
Okay. Is there something that's making you less anxious about the economy today?
Nah, no.
Okay, got it. Drew, what's making you more anxious?
Uh, Going to the grocery store, trying to buy groceries, trying to pay for gas.
Okay. Ron?
Unpredictability. Because of current events and political intervention, there's no telling what tomorrow may bring, financially, or whether there's some kind of international dispute or so forth. So I would say unpredictability
Okay,
makes me more anxious.
got it. Jessica?
I would echo what Drew said, just the basic cost of living, gas prices, food prices.
Okay. Patty?
Yeah, same. Like even my utilities have gone up tremendously since last summer, and I don't know what's next. Like what else can I do to lower the cost or make more money? Like I feel like I'm doing so much. So what else can I do? And then with all the costs.
I'm sorry, I got to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right. Anthony, go ahead.
Same as Ron, volatility internationally as well as domestically.
Okay. By a show of fingers, who thinks President Trump is not focused enough on improving the economy? Who thinks he's not focused enough on improving the economy? 3 of you, Ron, Jessica, and Anthony. Anthony, tell me about that.
I think the president's more concerned about himself. I think the people behind him are trying to work on ways to improve the economy, but the person in front is not.
Okay. Ron, tell me about that.
Yeah, again, like I said, the favoritism towards big business, and self-interest for both himself and his most, I would say, his most economically favored supporters, like those who have real big businesses and corporations. What he's doing in his self-interest better works for them and himself. So I would say self-interest. Yep.
Okay. And Jessica?
Yeah, I think he's definitely looking out for his friends and relationships and keeping those strong and not thinking about the people. And I think he will just grandstand and act like pretend or portray that everything is great, everything is perfect, when it's not.
Okay. Uh, we move on to the next question. By a show of fingers, who has money invested in stocks, bonds, or mutual funds? And that could include your retirement or be outside your retirement. Who's got those kinds of investments? Stocks, bonds, mutual funds. 5 of you do. Okay. So the stock market is flirting with an all-time high. For those who have investments, how does that make you feel? Give me a word or a phrase. Tell me how that makes you feel. And Drew, you talked about that before. Why can you put a fine point on it?
Yeah, reassured because I'm getting to that age of retirement. So I feel much more better about it now than I did, say, 2 years ago.
Okay. Steve, how about you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Like I have a safe, so my money's pretty much stacked up. I'm doing pretty good. So I'm not invested into any stocks or anything like that. I tried it, but it's not my lane. So,
Okay, so so you're not invested in stocks, bonds, or mutual funds.
nah.
No. Okay, got it. All right, so it's 4 of you. Then Anthony, how does that flirting with an all-time high make you feel?
Cautiously optimistic. Like Drew, I'm getting to the age of retirement, but the volatility that we talked about before, what's going to happen when I do get to retirement age? Am I going to look at my statement and it doesn't look like it does now?
Okay, got it. Ron, tell me how it makes you feel having those investments flirting near an all-time high.
Yeah, it makes me feel static and optimistic for the future, mostly because a lot of my investments are in tech. So that seems to be the industry that's flourishing right now.
Okay. Patty, how does it make you feel in a sentence or two?
Also good, but I still have a long ways from retirement. So I'm kind of scared because if I'm hitting this high now, what's to come in 25 or so years?
Got it. Thank you. For all 7 of you, by a show of fingers, who would say that you are carrying more debt now than you were a year ago? Meaning you're carrying a higher overall balance on your credit cards, you owe more to friends, family, or some other source. Who feels like you're in that type of situation, carrying more debt? Jessica is. Anybody else? Steve is. Ron is. 3 of you. Okay. And by a show of fingers, who has had to give up something you liked to buy in the past, something you enjoyed buying, but you can't afford it any longer? Who's in that category?
Recently or ever?
Now, recently, like in the last 6 months or a year. Ron, what was that item?
It was an expensive laptop, which I could have kept it, but yeah.
So what happened?
I said I wish I could have kept it. So recently I had an issue in regards to finances because I normally work multiple gigs and I had only had one at the time. So in order for me to make up for rent, utilities and other bills, I had to sell that item that I had to make up for it. So
Got it. Thank you for sharing that.
yep.
Patty, how about you? What was the item you had to give up?
Orange juice, that I used to buy that very regularly. It is $8 a gallon now. And I had a really nice gym membership at like a boutique gym, which I loved going to, but I couldn't justify the cost anymore.
Okay. And Jessica?
Just generally going out to restaurants on a regular basis, shopping for clothes and shoes on a regular basis, those kinds of things.
Okay, thank you. By a show of fingers, who is less anxious about the state of the economy today as compared to when President Trump took office about 19 months ago? Who's less anxious today? Mackenzie, you're less anxious today. Why less anxious?
I'm less anxious because my brother owns a business, and I know what the Biden economy did to his business, and I feel like his business, even though it hasn't fully recovered, it is doing better than it was 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay. And that affects you personally? Makes you less?
It affects my family.
Okay, got it. All right. By a show of fingers, who is more anxious about the state of the economy today as compared to when President Trump first took office? Who's more anxious today? 3 of you. So Jennifer, not more, not less.
Same.
Same, okay. So in a word or a phrase, tell me what's causing that anxiety. Jamie, what's causing that anxiety?
Prices of things going up faster than wages.
Okay. Tyler, how about you?
Yeah, I'd be concerned with prices, tariffs just making things more expensive.
Okay. Sarah, I know you talked about the healthcare component of all this. Is there anything else that's causing more anxiety that you're willing to share?
I mean, I think they said it. Tariffs, our prices, our inflation has gone up over wages. They've never crossed that direction. So most of us are losing money by working.
Okay. By a show of fingers, who thinks President Trump is not focused enough on improving the economy? 4 of you are. Okay. Jennifer, tell me about that.
Yeah, we had a lot of campaign promises of, variable things. We would, reduce, because the economy is multifaceted, it would be healthcare, it would be a lot of other things like that. And we're not doing anything. I mean, we've said a lot, and and it's not like it's unusual from a politician, but those are pretty big deals to promise and then not fulfill those promises. What are our campaign promises across the board?
Okay. Jamie, tell me about that.
Well, it just seems like every time I hear him talk, he doesn't say much about the economy at all. He calls affordability a hoax. And the thing with healthcare, he's been promising something to come out of his administration on healthcare for a long time now.
Okay. Tyler, how about you?
Yeah, I don't know if there's enough focus there. Seems to me that if someone who was wanting to if someone really cared about the economy would be thinking about just the prices, the average person opportunity. I don't know if that's much of the things that he's talking about. So
I just was going to add too, I think the only part of the economy he cares about or worries about is the stock market.
Flat out said on camera, he does not care about it. He does not care that we're paying $4 a gallon or over. He does not care that we're paying more for groceries. He doesn't care. It's not a priority.
Okay. By a show of fingers, who has money invested in stocks, bonds, or mutual funds, either within your retirement or outside your retirement? Who has? So 4 of you do. Okay. So the stock market is flirting with an all-time high. For those who have those investments, how does that make you feel? Give me a word or a phrase to describe how that makes you feel.
Just the stocks, happy, but that's not everything. I mean, that's me tomorrow. That's not me today.
What does that mean, Jennifer?
Basically, I'm not living I'm making a ridiculous amount of money. That's for sure, but I can't spend that. It is just in stocks and this is just mutual funds and it's for the future.
Okay. Mackenzie, talk to me about that. Stock
Yeah,
markets
I would say optimistic but cautious. I mean, obviously, I want the stock market to do well, and that means that the economy is doing well. But at the same time, I'm not close to retirement age by any means, so I know that the market is going to fluctuate a lot between now and then. So I'll kind of be more concerned about it, maybe 30 years from now.
Okay. Sarah, talk to me about this.
I'm nervous. I've watched my portfolio go up and then go almost to nothing. So I'm really nervous, especially with the economy, the trending and everything is all over the place. So I don't feel great, but I don't feel bad either. I just kind of feel what will happen tomorrow.
Okay. And Jamie, how about you?
Yeah, I feel grateful that I have some money invested in that way and am able to get some gains that way. But it also shows me that the way it's working is for, mine are minor investments, but the people who really have a lot of money are the ones that are making it well in this stock market.
Got it. Okay. So by a show of fingers, who would say that you are carrying more debt now than you were a year ago? Meaning you're carrying more higher overall balance on your credit cards, you owe more to friends, family, or some other source. Who's in that category? Carrying more debt now than you did a year ago. Anybody? I got Sarah. Anybody else? One. Okay. By a show of fingers, who has had to give up something you liked to buy in the past, but you can no longer afford it? Something discretionary that you like to buy in the past that you can no longer afford. Anybody? Sarah's in that category. Anybody else is having that experience? Okay. Sarah, can you tell me what item that is? Something that you...
Streaming services. We've had to cut back on a lot of that. Eating
said-
out. So like streaming services, we've cut out our music streaming service. We've cut out a couple of our platform streamings just because you gotta balance what you can afford. We don't eat out anymore at all. I used to be able to get my nails done. Haven't been able to do that in almost 2 years.
Got it. Thank you for willing to share that.